the future, I will not call Shen Nyang Nyang.
He only invested 800,000 yuan but won 2,500 box office, swept the Golden Foundation Award, 100 Flowers Award and many other awards. 80% of the crew are non-professional actors, but it made 300 million viewers cry to suffocation. After 23 years, it is still a crying point for countless people. The switch is what Nuanchen said. It is never suffering, but in the soil of suffering. The stubborn and warm flower of love that can still bloom. The story takes place in the 80s of the 20th century. 7-year-old Xiaohua fell heavily into the quagmire with a windmill in her hand. Under the shabby clothes, there are scars from being abused by adoptive parents. Each one hides a pain that no one knows. The next day, he was found dilapidated by the village chief's son. On the cot, Xiaohua held the faded windmill tightly. He was dying. I didn't even have the strength to open my eyes. The village chief looked at the poor child and made a suggestion in public. Who adopted the child when the village is surplus? He distributed his rations. A group of villagers gathered together. The idea of patriarchy was deeply rooted in that era. No one wants to adopt a small flower. If it were a boy, they would probably have rushed for the medicine long ago. Just when everyone was silent, when they avoided it, a figure of a hook slowly walked out of the crowd, silently carried Xiaohua, walking the direction of your home late at night. Xiaohua suddenly woke up from her nightmare and looked at the unfamiliar environment around her. And the fear of the old man in front of me let him instinctively shrink into a corner, his eyes full of horror. Just like a small beast chased by a hunter and cornered, fragile and helpless. Until the old man handed over a hot dough cake, Xiaohua, who hasn't eaten for a few days. Only then did he gradually let go of his guard, trembling. Take the dough. He devoured it and ate it. Under the personal questioning of the old man, the girl's name was Xiaohua. This year, the 7-year-old ran out secretly from the next village. At the age of 7, it was supposed to be a coquettish and carefree time in the arms of his parents, but Xiaohua has already exchanged her work for survival. It became his only bargaining chip. This sentence hid the tears of countless people back then and made countless people feel distressed. In order to let my grandfather taking his little flowers and put his most precious little windmill, carefully gave it to my grandfather. The already kind-hearted grandfather, after learning about Xiaohua's tragic experience, I have already made a decision in my heart. She wants to take in this struggling child. Use the rest of her life as her safe haven. But this pure kindness instantly broke the peace of the family. Grandpa's son, Baozhu, and daughter-in-law Vanilla have been married for many years and have never had children. In the young filial 3 no after, the big rural herbs, he had already been poked by the salty words in the village, and his body was full of injuries and grievances. Now, my father-in-law has picked up a wild child again. He suddenly became furious. In his opinion, this is not a trivial matter at all. It is that the father-in-law is deliberately humiliating himself. He threw all his grievances on his husband to keep it. Whatever you say, send Xiaohua away. Grandpa saw it in his eyes. The pain is in my heart. I can only use my thin body. Protect Xiaohua tightly behind him. Don't let him suffer the slightest grievance. Since then, Xiaohua is like a small tail following behind Grandpa every step. Grandpa couldn't give him a good life, but he loved him like his own granddaughter. Even if you only have $2 on you, I was also willing to take it all out to buy a new pair of shoes for Xiaohua. The appearance of Grandpa is like a light, completely illuminating the dark and cold world of Xiaohua. And Xiaohua never disappointed her grandfather. As long as it can make Grandpa suffer less, he rushes to do everything. He knew that it was not easy for his grandfather to make money, and he would rather work barefoot. I was also reluctant to put on those brand new shoes, but the Vanilla's hostility to Xiaohua is getting stronger and stronger. Take him out of the village. Fortunately, some villagers saw it and told their grandfather as soon as they saw it. Grandpa instantly raised his throat when he heard it. She threw down the hoe in her hand and ran towards the entrance of the village with all her might. Vanilla led Xiaohua all the way, walking and walking. Xiaohua gradually realized that something was wrong. She begged Shenyang not to drive her away. But Vanilla was determined to send her away, even lied that his grandfather didn't want him anymore. Ask yourself to help send him back to his original village. No matter how little flowers cry and beg for Vanilla, deaf to death, he grabbed his arm and insisted on moving forward. Go. Just when the two were pulling endlessly, Grandpa appeared in front of them in time, with that hook tower, but the extremely firm body blocked the way.